Hey, Tim Sykes here. Dow is down over 600 on the day, and yet I just picked the single biggest winner in the market is up currently 227%. It's a little off its highs. It was getting up close to 300% literally just a few minutes ago, into the fours really quick. And the crazy thing is I gave a buy alert on this at $2.50. This is the buy alert for my Supernova newsletter, and it's time-stamped saying WATT is my Supernova pick today, spiking big to the 250s on this new FCC approval for their wireless charger, and I linked the news. It's spiked big and gone Supernova in the past with similar approval. This could see the threes or even the fours today or tomorrow, and that's what Supernova Alerts is all about. Normally I always say, okay, go for singles. Take small gains, they add up over time. Supernova Alerts is a different newsletter where it's specifically for busier people who don't, frankly, have the time to sit and watch all the time and take small gains. It's all about like going for these plays that can go up 200, 300, 400% in a few hours or a few days. And this is exactly what WATT has done. It's actually pretty amazing how fast this stock moves. So I do want people to be prepared, but at the same time, it's the gift and the curse, right? Like it's crazy how fast this stock moves, but it's also good. And that's how basically, you can make a lot of money without spending a lot of time on faster moving, more volatile stocks. Because literally right now, this is the Dow down 2.5% today. And we pretty much have come down a little bit off our highs. We've had a huge market bounce lately, but it doesn't matter, okay? WATT is a fantastic morning spiker. I don't know if it's going to hold the gains. I've already given, the sell alert, and I said, this has already achieved all my goals. It hit, 411. Let me just show you a few of, the students who banked. I did not even trade this. This is what's different about Supernova Alerts. It's more a stock picking alert service because they move so fast. So if I spend time like writing it all up, like I bought here, here's my goal, here's my risk, like the stock has already moved. So for me, this is a different kind of newsletter, and students are loving it. You can see here making 690 in the 260s, out in the 340s and 370s. This is fantastic. Made $900, and this is 9:46 a.m. So this is $900 in like 15 minutes. This is just a few testimonials that I pulled out of chat, but people are loving it. D Longs made $1,000. Trader Rick made 12%. NKF made like 20%. Matrix had a really good sale here at 4. And there's so many more. I'm sorry if I'm going too fast, but I have a lot to do right now. I just wanted to show you that even if the market is down big, there are still supernovas. And this is my 4th week in a row with a solid winner. So this strategy has been on fire. I had AKER, which went supernova from the 2s to the 8s. I had BMRA, which I underestimated, by the way. I didn't know this was going to go from, I think I had this buy alert in the 6s or the 7s, and it went all the way to 23. Sometimes they go more than you think, which is a good problem to have, but I definitely called that too safely. And here is WORX. This was a nice winner. Some of them, have legs for a few hours. Some of them have legs for a few days. But all 4 of these were 50% plus winners. Some were even 100% winners. BMRA was like a 200% plus winner. So it's not luck, it's skill. A lot of people ask me, like, how do you spot these supernovas? How do you do it? Well, that's what this newsletter is all about. You see, I tweeted here, wow, WATT, such a huge winner for my alert at 250 for my new Supernova newsletter here. Just hit 4 an hour later. Volume of 60 million. As I'm filming this, the volume is nearly 100 million now in the first 3 hours of the trading day. Former supernovas can go supernova again. That's the gist of it. Okay, so being aware of former supernovas, being aware of what news creates supernovas. Let me just show you WATT for a second, because I actually underestimated this a few years ago when it really went full on supernova right in here. And they had similar kinds of approval news, and it went from 9 to 30 plus. It's had a rough time. Like, this is not a good company. I'm not saying this is a good investment. The whole key is, can it pop 100, 200, 300, 400% in a few hours or few days? That's what Supernova Alerts is all about. And I'm going to link this underneath the video here, but this is the web page that you can sign up for. And, I created like this whole little free broadcast. All you have to do is enter your name and email, and you can, sign up for this. I want to teach you how to spot this on your own. Like, the crazy thing is that all my top students have not just made millions of dollars, but they are self-sufficient. And that's what this is. This is like training wheels, because a lot of people see these supernovas and they're like, I've never seen anything like that. Well, I have. Okay, I've been doing this for 20 plus years. So I'm going to link this website, but this is basically the sign up page. Look at my little, douchey face here and enter your name and email right under it. And I will give you a free webinar. And I made this webinar free because I want you to see that this is not unique. Okay, this is how I've made millions of dollars over the past 20 plus years. This is how my top students have now made millions of dollars. So while most of the world just looks at these things and it's like, wow, what? Like, this makes no sense. Penny stocks are manipulated. Like, this is random. No, it's a strategy, and it's a repetitive, consistent strategy in good markets and now in bad. And it's pretty crazy in 2020 what the overall stock market has done, dropping 30%. And then bouncing, 25%, and now we're dipping another 5% so far this week, which is crazy. Very volatile times. And yet, throughout the ups and the downs, there have been supernovas. And now 4 weeks in a row, I've picked a 50, 100, 200% winner, which is pretty cool. And I don't pick it, before it makes the move, FYI, okay? All of these plays have spiked a little before I sent the alert. So don't think like you're finding some uncovered gem that no one knows about. All of them have spiked. And that, for me, is the number one indicator as you watch this free webinar. So I'll post the link below. The good news is, even if it spikes a little bit, 20, 30, 50, even 100%, if the setup is right, which, again, I'm not always going to go 4 for 4 in any 4 week, given time period. But if the setup is right, a 50% winner can turn into a 200, 300% winner on the day in the morning. And it's not like, WATT is necessarily even going to hold its gains. Again, BMRA, went up to 23 the next day. I think that's more of an outlier. I would not shoot for like triples or quadruples. Even though this isn't about going for singles, I still like doubles and triples. And, if you double your money, that's still a home run. So WATT from 250 to 4, that's a solid 50% plus winner. You just got to be quick and you got to be prepared. So even if you don't want the alerts, at least just watch this webinar and learn, because I want you to see, like, we put this together. This took my team and I a few months to put together, really, to catalog all of these supernovas, because this has been going on, for quite a while. So whether or not you take advantage of it, the game will be played. And for me, I'm just trying to take, whatever chunk of the move I can on an alert. Again, I'm not trading these because they move so fast. And by the time I write out my whole thesis, it's gone. So for me, it's just really alerts. And the alerts are real-time reminders of this pattern in action. And, you have a whole bunch of people now online who claim to know about the stock market, and they claim to be experts. I've been doing this quite a while, and this is the single best pattern that I see again and again. And, WATT is the perfect example. It doesn't matter how good or bad the company is in the long run. The key is, can it have a setup where you can, make 50, 100, 200% on your money? And I didn't even catch it, at the bottom. I didn't catch it in the ones. I alerted it in the twos. So don't think like, I'm first, and this is like an early bird catches the worm. I don't care about being first. I'm not trying to be first. I want the setup to prove itself. And as you watch this free webinar, you'll see that there are certain indicators that I look for before I alert one of these things, before I would, buy one of these supernovas. So I'll post the link, 100% free. We will not spam you. I just want to teach you. And I just want you to capitalize on this. So congrats. to everybody. I mean, there's so many students. These are just a few of my students. I could spend all day going through my chat room. But congrats to those of you who have gotten it. And everyone else, congrats if you're even watching this video, because hopefully I've helped you see that this stuff, happens again and again.